Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
It's a tale of two states. Depending on whether you live in North Dakota or Minnesota, you may have waited longer to start receiving unemployment benefits. Federal data shows one state gave out more checks at a quicker pace, while another state had a larger number of people waiting longer. Valley News Team's Joshua Peguero breaks down those numbers for us.
When states across the country went into lockdown, thousands of people applied for unemployment benefits. This overwhelmed unemployment offices that now had to deal with record amount of filings. Minnesota was one state that struggled to get its footing, but federal data shows it did a better job than other states. Last year, from March to July, it took nearly 8,200 people between 8 to 49 days before receiving their first unemployment check. This year, during the same time frame amid a pandemic, the figure was 3,500. So how was Minnesota able to process a record number of filings so quickly?
Compared to most states, we do have a more modern insurance system. We've really invested in the technology on our system, which has allowed us to process payments more quickly without people having to handle them directly themselves.
From a percentage perspective, Minnesota was the only state with a decrease in comparison to 2019 in getting people their first unemployment checks in that 8 to 49 day window.
Because of the way we set up our system, we could add servers remotely at the touch of a button to handle the loads. We didn't have to wheel in hardware or anything like that or create new systems.
North Dakota, on the other hand, saw the biggest percentage increase during that time frame. Last year, from April to July, it took about 200 people between 80 to 49 days before they received their first unemployment check. This year, during the same time frame amid a pandemic, the figure was 20,228. That's a 9,442% increase in the number of people having to wait for payment. Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
Job Service North Dakota says they had 5 years worth of regular claims in 5 months. 76 million last year compared to 776 million this year. The agency says it has received awards in years past for how quickly it sent payments. Great to see the sun today once the haze cleared out a bit. Let's check in on this evening's forecast. Here's Hutch with your first alert forecast. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Andrea. Temperatures are cooler today, but we've rid ourselves of that pesky smoke of the last several days. Mid-50s for Bemidji, upper 50s in the Devil's Lake Basin, 60s for most of our southern counties heading into the evening. The path of those clouds from north to south thanks to the progress of a cold front bringing drier and cooler air into the valley, and tonight we do have concerns about freeze and frost. The purple areas, northern Minnesota and also the Pembina County area, are under the effects of a freeze warning. We expect freezing temperatures in these areas. In the blue, a frost advisory extends from the Devil's Lake Basin through Grand Forks and into portions of Lakes Country as we head through the evening. So get out and enjoy. Here's a look at your planner for Fargo. Temperatures will sneak down into the 40s pretty quickly. The wind calms down. We will be clear for much of the overnight, so I think temperatures will fall very quickly here in the FM area as well. Grand Forks, you likely could be in the upper 30s as we go through the late night and early morning hours tomorrow. Details on how low we go, and we'll talk a little bit about that rebound in temperatures, and you will not want to miss the time lapse we captured of the eviction of all that smoke today.
Yeah, sure. It seemed a little bit better out there today.
Yeah, blue skies are nice.
Yes, thanks, Hutch. An investigation is underway after police say a man kidnapped a woman and led them on a chase. It started in International Falls, Minnesota, just after 5 Tuesday evening. Police say the man forced a woman into a white van and took off, leading police on a chase that spanned 60 miles. Eventually, he pulled into a motel parking lot in Orr, Minnesota. As officers surrounded his vehicle, he pulled out a gun, let the woman out, and shot himself. Authorities say the two had been in a previous relationship. The victim was taken to a hospital. The man was airlifted for treatment of life-threatening injuries. West Fargo police responded to 17 vehicle break-ins in the Goldenwood and Elmwood areas overnight. Police say suspects are seen entering mostly unlocked cars and searching through vehicles for items of value. These individuals have been recorded on multiple home security systems. Police are asking all residents to lock the doors of their vehicles and houses and also remove all valuables from their vehicles. West Fargo police are asking anyone in these areas to check their own cameras in an effort to help identify the suspects. A man is in custody for allegedly stealing 2 vehicles overnight. An officer stopped him in Jamestown for an equipment violation just before 4 this morning. The vehicle was registered to a business in Kensal, North Dakota. The driver, 30-year-old Michael Greger of Jamestown, claimed to be an employee of the business. However, the business reported the vehicle as stolen around 8 a.m. once they opened for the day. Another vehicle was found abandoned at the business that had been stolen from a Jamestown home overnight. Greger was arrested on several charges. We've had multiple Fargo parents reaching out to our whistleblower hotline about internet restrictions on students' iPads. Fargo Public Schools says iPads had internet filtering while at school, but that wasn't the case for online learning at home last week. They say all iPads now have filtering software for internet both at school and at home. West Fargo Public Schools is reporting nearly 200 students and staff are out of the classroom this week due to COVID-19 exposures both at school and outside of it. Officials say of those in quarantine, 51 are showing COVID-related symptoms, but they say so far only 16 students and staff have tested positive for the virus. Let's take a look now at the COVID-19 numbers. In North Dakota, there are 269 new cases along with 5 more deaths. The death toll now sits at 177. The active case count is more than 2,500. In Minnesota, health officials are reporting 513 new cases of COVID-19, along with 7 new deaths linked to the illness. More than 1,900 deaths have been attributed to the disease. More than 79,000 people have recovered. Sanford Health wants to make it easy for you to get a flu shot. It's offering drive-through blitzes at the Fargo Dome over the next 4 Saturdays for adults and children over the age of 6 months. You're asked to make an appointment before you arrive. The hospital says it offers the vaccinations to reduce the risk of becoming sick with the flu and also to prevent people from passing it to others. The staff say they will try to make you comfortable.
Reminding them that it's going to hurt for a little bit, but the more that you use the muscle throughout the day, the better that the medication gets absorbed in your muscle, and it just is a really easy process.
For more details or to sign up for the flu shot clinic, you could go to our VNL News app. Moorhead Public Schools says it will be another 4 to 6 weeks for all K-4 students to get Chromebooks. The district says students in grades 5 through 12 have gotten devices, and in June they decided to order more for students in K through 4th grade. They say due to a high demand in the market, the Chromebook order made in March just showed up, and back-ordered ones are now starting to ship. All students enrolled in the Spud Virtual Academy have devices. Turns out the Big Ten will give fall football a shot after all. Less than 5 weeks after pushing football and other fall sports to spring in the name of player safety during the pandemic, the conference changed course and says it plans to begin October 24th. Each team will have an 8-game schedule. The move comes amid a lawsuit from players, pressure from parents, and even President Donald Trump pushing for a Big Ten football season. It's now more convenient for you to pay for your coffee at Starbucks. That's next on Valley News Live at 5.
Thanks to north wind out of dry Canada, we've swept away some of the smoke that has created beautiful sunrises and sunsets across the valley. Hour by hour details and your forecast on a very chilly night ahead are next.